Hello, friends and fellow farmers. Oh, we got some slimes a-hatching mid-month. Where's the kids? There's one kid. Where's my coffee? There's my coffee. Okay, there we go. You gotta have a guardian. Put the other one down here. And then, what do I have? I got a couple birds left. Okay. And there we go. Just leave the little statues everywhere. I like the little statues in this game. Good morning, Penny. I have to go into town today. Don't work too hard. Need something good for lunch. Don't worry, I will. I will. Maybe. Let's give you some stuff. Kitty, how are you? Indeed. It is difficult being a cat. Let's buzz along here. Now, okay, we've got our one step at a time. Let's load up our egg presses here. So that's good. We have a whole pile of slime eggs we can get selling here. Okay, a bunch of copper. What are we looking at? So, yeah, I'll be able to do 10 more kegs soon enough, since we get the materials there, which really shouldn't take long. I'll just sell these things. I don't need anything here. Boop, boop, boop. I don't need the bug meat. I don't need that. What do we need? Nothing really. Let's go to the desert. I'm curious how fast these things... Okay, not in a day. So, more than one day. Get used to me having put this thing in my inventory like that. Let's go double check what we have over here. Oh my gosh, okay. How, you know? How could we already be at harvest time? It's incredible. It never ends. That is really, that is a lot. Okay, yeah, that's all in. I'm curious, are the cakes aren't done, are they? They shouldn't be. I have no sense of anything. Oh my gosh, they are. What? What? Alright. Yeah, all the coffee. We got this. This is good. Alright, now, thinking of what usual harvest and chat. What do we have? What's been going on? Huh, what has been going on? I've still been watching through Deadwood, catching up on that. I've definitely come of the opinion that if you're a kid, that it isn't a show you should be watching. 100%. There's a lot of shows where you're like, wow, you know, there's a bit of cussing or whatever. No, it's 100% not a show. The age rating on that show definitely means something. It just means it's so situationally inappropriate. So if you're a kid, don't go watch the show on my recommendation. But I will say, it is, I think I'm in the second season, and I would have to say it's perhaps one of the best written TV shows I've seen, ever. And not just, it goes from being like the, really, really rude and inappropriate, but then funny and clever at the same turn. Some of the writing in that show blows me away. Just how good it is, just how crafty, and to do it in like 1800s dialogue or vocab and language structure. I don't know how entirely linguistically accurate it is, but it's still shockingly funny. That the jokes are even better in done for the period. So it's I can't believe I slept on that one. It didn't strike me as something I had wanted to watch, and man, maybe I'm glad I'm getting to it now. It's the point in my life where I need something that funny, because I don't think I've seen anything that's made me laugh as much as that show in quite a long time. I mean, it's not directly a comedy. If it were a comedy, it's pretty brutal. but it is one of the funniest shows I've seen. Nonetheless, anyway, that's so that I, it's all it gets to be about the new, the hot new thing. And while there's been many hot new things, shows like Severance that I've enjoyed, I gotta say I've enjoyed Deadwood perhaps more than anything. It's a burn. It's a slow burn. It's a mean slow burn, but it is an amazingly well written bit of the dialogue is just unbelievable. It's got like that. I was one of my favorite movies of all time has often been His Girl Friday, the Cary Grant version of the front page. His Girl Friday, the dialogue in that movie is just ripping. It's a hilarious. It was one of the first times I fell in love with movies from that era. Is watching that movie and realizing how good they could be, how funny they could be, and it's really good. It's so well written. At any rate, I love sharp, witty dialogue. The Thick of It, or whatever it was called, the British show with what's his face, guy who went out to become Doctor Who. He's such a great actor, and that show killed me as well. Whatever the original was called, it became a movie as well, but the TV series is unbelievably funny. Again, very, very inappropriate, but very, very funnily written. Like the phrasing and stuff. Quite often the British shows seem to do it really well. Peep Show and that show. Just clever. And Deadwood has that in spades. I don't know how it all sits. I mean, the fact that it's historical and some of it happened really blows me away. I have no idea how accurate it is historically. It definitely, if you want a show that highlights the misogyny of that time period, I mean, it's horrifyingly misogynistic. The comeuppance that happens to a lot of the characters, though, is deeply satisfying because of that, or in light of that. So there is, I think it's somewhat self-aware about that. It's not just mean and misogynistic. There's a lot of moral ambiguity, but that plays into it. There's a knowingness, a self-awareness about it at the same time. So I don't know, it's a lot. It's offensive in every shape and form, essentially. So I've been enjoying that. Well, kind of nibbling away at it. It's not a thing I would want to. I don't think I could binge watch it. And I think, in fact, just having little sips. I don't drink at all, but I guess it would be like a fine scotch. It's just a thing you just have a little wee drink of, because it's you don't want to. I couldn't guzzle that show. You couldn't binge watch that. I don't think it'd be good for you. I also think you'd just be the fatigue that sets in on binge watching. Kind of negates good writing sometimes because you start missing the jokes. When you kind of I find I space out after enough binge watching. So what else? Rewatched. My daughter is a massive Kristen Schaal fan, so I've been showing her other Kristen Schaal works. Flight of the Conchords, a show I didn't like. I watched all of it. I didn't like it. I like them. I think they're funny. But I didn't like the show. I thought it was dumb. I don't know. I've said this opinion before. I don't... No, it's not a controversial opinion, but I didn't enjoy the show when I watched it. I thought it was clever, and I think they're very funny. But the show itself was just maybe too stupid. But Kristen Schaal was really funny in that. There was, funny... Like, there was characters in that show that... like Aziz was in that, and Kristen Schaal, and characters where you went on to go look for those people because they were really funny in that show. They stood out, and she stood out by a long shot. So, when she did also Last Man on Earth. So anyway, exposing my child to as much of the appropriate comedy as I can. And so I've been going back and seeing a few of these things. She's really great. She's such a good comedian. But my daughter is absolutely nuts for Bob's Burgers, which is, again, really, really well written. So, but her favorite is Kristen Schaal. She thinks the delivery of that character is phenomenal. So, going back and enjoying some of that. So a lot of comedy. That's what's been happening here. What else has been going on? I've been reading an old book, City of Mets, I think it's called. It's an old book on Hollywood. It's like it was written in the 80s or something. It's a history of you know, LA and Hollywood from that time period, from the 30s, kind of. It's so far so good. You know, it's not all new. I've read some of that stuff in other places, but it's interesting. I was kind of excited to see that new movie Babylon until I read some of the film critics who I respect, especially ones that have a knowledge of that time period, lambasted it so thoroughly that I thought, I don't know that I need to see it in any capacity as a movie. It doesn't seem good. It seems extremely bad, in fact. So bad that I'm like, I don't know that I need to subject myself to that. What else? That's mostly what I've seen and read later. I think. That's a lot. As I was saying previously, everybody in my house, it was all like a whole pile of sick, and so it's been a very inactive house I've lived in. It's been very quiet here, so there's like way too much shows getting watched, which means I just caught up on like 10 years worth of TV that I've missed, which is just fine. It's kind of, it's nice to catch up on it. There will be nothing left. I will have cleaned all of the streaming services off. They will just be done. Okay, let's have some more coffee here. There we go. Alright, now let's get filling. My gosh. So at any rate, yeah, that's been quite busy with all of that. Oh, I'm going to start on this side. Let's do that. Let's get it. I think yeah, definitely I've come to appreciate good writing just is so, you don't appreciate as much until you watch enough stuff that is like mediocre writing, but like really, really clever wordsmithy style writing is so good, it's so satisfying in a way where sometimes you forget. I think there's a lot of pop whiz bang stuff, but the stuff that just has like the dialogue that catches you is so, like, there's just so many unnecessarily well written things. Again, with Edward, there's jokes that just don't need to be in the script in a way. They don't service anything, but there's always somebody making an aside. There's like always a smart aleck comment being made, and it's the best. So it's that kind of stuff in a script where it's playful and punchy, and yeah. Those are such fun. Okay, so I think what else we need to get doing here. My cake building extravaganza here. It shouldn't be hard to get any more copper. That shouldn't be a big deal. Like, really, I just need to go like, explosion mining in the Skull Key mines or something maybe. And really, it shouldn't be too difficult. I still can't believe it's always oak resin. I don't know how oak resin always catches me unawares. It's a thing, knowing what I know, to be fair, we've made a few kegs. But knowing what I know now, that is a thing I would definitely have a much more solid supply of. And no matter how much I think I have, how many kegs have we made? 1,300. So even if I think I've got a lot, knowing that I don't have any at all, I could always be doing more. Because it's, yeah, I don't think we've, I couldn't have imagined I would use 1,300. Definitely not at the start of, I started playing this game if you've been like, hey, you can be building like well over 1,000 kegs. Just had a healthy laugh. Would have chortled. Not a chance. Alright, I can wallop this one, can't I? Let's go fill that, and then we'll get our axe out. I don't know if I started early enough that I'll be able, I might be able to. It's hard to say. I always come in late to the tunnel, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to easily get all the rest done. Oh, no, I don't care. You didn't get any clothes because there's none out here. You're decorative. You're nothing more than decorative. I shouldn't make my scarecrows feel bad. You're doing a great job. You're doing a really good job. It's important work. You gotta keep it up. Keep your chin up. I mean, one day you might even have a chin. Let's get into our little hideaway here. I don't know what it is. That must be like my select vintage wine, maybe. There's something special about that here. There's something special about that wine. Okay. That was nice. That was quicker. Slow my. Slow it down. You know, my speed buff is off. I think I'm just gonna leave it off. It seems to be working better like this. Doing a little bit less back and forth. Yeah, I'm gonna need to pick up some more ancient fruit here. Okay, let's dump this. And then we'll come and grab 450 and 300. There we go. Now, as I've been trying to, gone back into recording here in January, kind of, like, again, reassessing the volume of recording. I'm trying to, I've got stuff I want to do and get done, and so being careful about how I'm using my time. It's got me definitely, I'm not so readily going to start up a new series. Then I'm going to try to do more one-offs. I've been enjoying, like, I played the, oh my gosh, it's already off my head. Rivershine, the equestrian game, put out by Cozy Games. I like playing game demos. I realize it's kind of fun, and I come at them just cold, and it's enjoyable to think about a bit of game design and think about the experience just from just playing it. No idea, and see. The game. A demo is an interesting thing that a game developer puts together to highlight what they've been working on, kind of sell you on this thing, and it's fun to experience it, and it's an interesting thing. I'm fascinated by how they put these things together. Okay, let's have the coffee now. So I'll go deal with the other section. We'll just walk over there. There's no point. But at any rate, I've been enjoying that, so I'll probably do more of those types of things. More one-offs. I do think I do enjoy doing the one-offs. Yeah, the commitment level of doing long series. The thought of doing more long series than one, it's like, no, not right now. I had way too many on the go, but it's, I think I'm at a good point now. I'm wrapping up stuff. I record quite a way, for, anybody who watches the channel knows, I record like quite a ways ahead when I can, because life throws curveballs. I have family obligations, stuff. I'm a grown-up, so I can't get at things when I want to, so I'll record, depending, quite a ways ahead. Kind of as much as I can. That's my strategy. If I can be recording, I will record. So I'll be, yeah. Well, I've got a present here too. Okay, this is good. So at any rate, but it's kind of nice having less sort of obligation that I'm dealing with. When I can do the one-offs and stuff, I can just try out new things when I have the time and not worry too much about having to keep up. Can be a bit of a treadmill, so it's nice to being able to like mix it up a bit. Okay. Yeah, but this is the same thing I ran into last time, definitely. I'm at this point now where it's like, it's just simply too much. Oh man. Okay, you. Oh boy, this is cost me time here. Time is money. But yeah, I've been enjoying doing shorter things, so I will probably do more of that. The last 300 episode things. I definitely, I kind of like, because I am so active recording, I don't have any perception of how many episodes is a lot anymore. I really realize, like, yeah, I do some really long series. It's a lot. I could be getting these another day, but I'll just get them now. Okay, so let's go to the... Okay, there's... Yeah, there's no way I can get it done, but we'll do what we can here. It is funny, it's just out of my reach. And I could just leave this for another day. That's what I could do, for sure. That would be the reasonable thing to do, wouldn't it? But we're not entirely reasonable, so we'll do this. Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I am gonna go to bed. That's fine. It's good. Oh, no, will it make it? Alright, we will see you all next time. Till then, bye-bye.